Okay, let's talk about the suicide mission. Operation Mikado, which right from the very start was never ever the best idea that's come up in the SAS. What part did I play? Well, I was a troop member, a squadron member. And of course it all started, as I said yesterday, with a call out very, very quickly and what we were going to do about it. Started off with the briefing in Hereford in what they call the Blue Room. Yes, the briefing didn't go very well, and there was lots and lots of questions after the briefing. Wasn't the best plan ever, and of course there were some disgruntled guys around with a lot of knowledge who thought it wasn't going to be a successful plan. Don't forget that you have to start somewhere, but when the guys have listened to something that they're not sure of, lots of questions. I had questions. You've only got to look in my book to find out what they were. So there we were. We'd done some training. We were off to Lynham, RAF Lynham, where we're going to catch an aircraft all the way down to Ascension Island. Already, we've got two of the lads missing, didn't make the early morning start, but finally caught up when somebody drove a civilian car, and actually they made it in time to take off. The reasons for that, I'll leave a none for now. But let's just say, sat in that waiting room at Lynham, the long flight down to the Ascension Islands. Yes, there's a lot of stuff goes through your mind. We knew the plan wasn't sound. However, we are SAS. We are there to do high value targets, and at no time did I ever think of going back. But the thoughts, or some of them, I'll keep with myself for now. Once we got down to Ascension, RAF, as I remember, and USA ran airfield there. Great facilities, as you would expect, especially if the Americans are involved. One thing they do is they look after their guys. So it was great. RAF Ascension. Got there, lovely, sunny, perfect. Couldn't ask for anything better. However, we knew we were going to a cold climate eventually. Here I am in my camouflage desert combats. No winter warfare kit at all, nothing. That would come later. However, off we went and got on with the training, really. Of course, the training took part with different troops doing different stuff for the final mission. We had a free fall troop, we had a boat troop, we had a mobility troop and a mountain troop. And a squadron there, I suppose, 60 odd guys, including the attached 264 signals guys who did a superb job while I was there. But let's be honest, all the training in the world is not going to prepare us in a hot climate for what's going to go down in the South Atlantic. And it never did. But we did get some fun out of it. We did take the motorbikes and rip the golf course to pieces, or try to. Made of volcanic rock. And part of that was just the fun part. The rest of it was serious stuff. Take-off landings on the big airfield, day in and day out, because we knew Operation Mikado was going to be hit the mainland of Argentina. And of course, we knew it would be defended, and we knew that we didn't have any top cover support. So We rolled on and rolled off day in and day out, taking all the vehicles on board the C-130s, taking them off, all with full fighting order, 5.0 Brownings, machine guns, all sorts of stuff, all the guys armed to the teeth, petrol cans full of petrol. Asked me the reason for that. It wasn't to fill ourselves up, but it was to help throw into the mess in the end and take care of the pilots that might have been there. The mission was basically to land the two C-130s on the airfield at Punta Gorda and debus, get all the vehicles off, attack the quarters where the pilots would be sleeping, try and kill all of them so they couldn't fly the super étendards, take care of the super étendards, and when I say that, blow them to pieces. That in itself was one of the tasks, or two of the tasks. The third part of the mission was to find those 3 Exocet missiles that were left, if we could. And if we could do that and destroy everything, then our shipping that was in and around the Falkland Islands would be far more safe than they were before. And we know the HMS Sheffield went down. We know the Welsh Guards were hit at a different time. There was all sorts going on, but they still had 3 Exocet missiles. We had to find them, and that was it. If we could do that, we could save an awful lot of lives, or help to.